Alright, let's do some cooking with Rich. Hey, Kirsten and I went out. We went to the farm this morning and we picked up peppers and onions and corn. And I made her carry the bushel of corn. Anyway, we had a good time going out there getting everything. And we used the mandolin so far today to slice up onions and peppers. I've got red peppers today. I've got red onions and white onions both. And we have peppers going in the dehydrator. Now, today, cooking-wise, what I'm going to do for right now is I love sauteed onions and peppers, stuff like that, to go on your hot dog, go on your hamburger, go on your sandwiches, those kind of things. So this is how I do mine. In this big pot, now you can use smaller ratios, whatever, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to use right now. In this big pot, I've got 2 tablespoons of olive oil, because I like to coat everything with olive oil. Now, it's just regular olive oil, not extra virgin, because I'm going to cook with it. If I use the extra virgin olive oil, I use that for salads and things like that. For cooking, I just use regular olive oil. I've got 2 fist-size onions, because onions are dense. But I have 3 really big red peppers. I like red peppers just for the color and variants and stuff. You can use any kind of pepper, whatever's up to you. In this big pot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute the peppers and the onions. Saute means low heat. Okay, you're not cooking, you're not burning this up. You're going to do it on low heat and let it go for a while slow and kind of wilt everything down a little bit. You don't want to get mushy because you're going to pick it up and put it on sandwiches and stuff like that. But you do want to, let it cook just a little bit. So into the pot is going to go all these peppers in there with the oil. And all these onions, and I just kind of push the rings apart a little bit with my thumbs as I put them in. It's no biggie because they're going to get knocked around, pushed around, all as they get stirred up. So it's no huge thing. I like more onions than peppers in mine, but it's up to you how you like yours. The other thing I'm going to add, but I don't add till later on, is garlic. Now, I don't have garlic at the farm. So what we did was we stopped and bought some garlic, a couple of big heads of garlic, and I've got about 6 good-sized cloves cut up and chopped up that I'm going to add to this after a while. The reason I don't add the garlic at the beginning is because our garlic burns and then gets bitter, and I don't like that bitter taste. So 10-15 minutes before I'm ready to pull this off, 10 minutes before I'm ready to pull this off, I'll put the garlic in and lightly cook the garlic. There's an end. Nobody wants to eat the ends. So, we've got that in there. I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes. Let me wash up here. Nobody wants a dirty cook. We'll cook that up. We'll let that go for a little while. I'll bring you guys back to it when I add the garlic to it. So just kind of mix this around and get the olive oil kind of coating everything. And if you wanted to add any spices to this, sometimes we throw a little extra salt in or a little pepper in, just a little something different. Just depending on what the mood is for everybody in the house. And this will condense down a little bit. We don't want to wilt it. We don't want the peppers to be translucent, or the onions to be translucent, and the peppers to be wimpy in that. We still want to have a little bit of crispness in there, not a snap, but we don't want bleh, we just want a little give to everything. So this will go in and cook for a few minutes. Then I'll throw the garlic in and cook it a little longer, pull it all out, let it cool down, put it in a container, we put it in the refrigerator. It lasts for a good long time. It doesn't go bad real quick. So it's nice this way. It'll last a couple of weeks, maybe, depending on how hungry I am. But we put it on hot dogs, we put it on sausages, we put it on hamburgers, you can put it on sandwiches, add it to a meal. Say you want to kick up a meal a little bit, you got some rice, you want to throw something in, it's already done. Peppers, onions, garlic, pick it out, throw some in the meal, mix it in with whatever you're doing. It's a great little handy thing to have around the house. And we eat quite a bit of these peppers, onions, and garlic. So just to let you guys know what's going on. So I'll bring you back just in a few. Alright, so we have finished cooking the peppers, the onions, and the garlic. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. it is not all wimpy falling apart. It still has some kick left in it. And isn't that pretty? All them colors in there? That's nice. So, I wish you guys could smell this. Now, I'll set that on the back burner out of the way so it's cooling down. It took about 15 minutes, depending on where you are, depending on your humidity, depending on how high you're cooking it, everything else depends on how long it's going to take. I only had that on a 2 on my stove, and I've got, 1 through 10. I had it on a 2, cooked it low, cooked it slow, just let it kind of do its own thing. Now, we didn't cook them so that they're wimpy. Why? Because you're going to reheat this later. You want, onions and peppers and stuff are better when they're a little warm going on your hot dog or your hamburgers or whatever else. So that's why, because we're going to recook it a little bit more. When we cook it, it's going to cook a little bit more, so we don't want to get it all blasé now. So I use this burner. I move the tea kettle, which has got water onto it, to the hot burner. That way everybody doesn't lean on the stove or anything like that. Put this back in the back so it cools down. Now I've got some cleaning and more cooking to do. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, just ask them down below. I appreciate everything you guys do, going to the websites, being with us here, and watching all my videos. I don't say that enough, but you guys have a good day, and we'll catch you on the next one.